Hey y'all, what's up? It's Noelle with Baker's Backyard Bounty, and today I'm doing a video at night. So part of being a toddler mom and loving the garden is you do a lot of things like late at night. Unfortunately, I wish there was another way, but I've had many a night bleary-eyed starting seeds just because that is one task that my toddlers love to help with, and it just ends up being a little bit chaotic. So I tend to save that one for adult time at night. So it's way past my bedtime. I'll probably regret this tomorrow, but whatever. I'm feeling a little jazzed. So I'm gonna go over all of our fall seeds that we're gonna be starting. We're actually, I would say, about 2 weeks late. You're ideally supposed to start your fall seedlings indoors under a grow light the last week in July, really. And that gives you enough time before that first frost date to get your stuff established. Most of these fall things actually are frost tolerant, meaning they actually will taste better once a frost comes. And in my zone, which is really like zone 8, 8A, our frost date is typically a little bit into November. And I mean, some years it comes like way later, some years it comes earlier, but on average, it's around a little bit into November. So what you do on a seed packet is actually you look at the days to harvest, and that can tell you how much time you actually have if you just count backwards. If something is not frost tolerant and will get killed with the frost, you can just see if you have enough time between now and mid-ish November to get that established so that you can harvest from it. So that's what that number is on the seed packet, days to harvest. Okay, so with seed starting, what I have is this big honkin' seed starting tray. I don't know if you can like, there it is with my T on it, this bad boy. And it has, y'all, I cannot do the math things. I married into math. It has whatever 9 times 18 is, that many cells. So the cells are pretty small, but I have a tray that goes underneath it where I can put water to bottom water my seedlings so they establish really good roots. And I got that from Haas Tools. It is a little bit of an investment, but I've used this for season after season, and you can start a lot of seedlings at once. For some things, if they take a longer time to establish, you can take the little seedling out, because again, my seed cells are pretty small, and put it into a bigger pot. Like if you save the ones that you get in like a 6-pack from the nursery, you can up pot them. That's what that means. It's just putting them in a bigger pot until they're ready to go into the garden. So this really is for seed starts. Now I've used seed starting mix before, which actually can be kind of like not cost effective, but I thought that's what I was supposed to do. And from what I understand, what I've been taught is that actually you need to just use a potting mix, because the potting mix has more nutrients in it that will sustain your plants for longer while they're trying to germinate and grow. Seed starting mix does not have as much nutrient in it because it's just for starting the seeds, not necessarily for keeping them going. So if you're going to do it, go ahead and do potting mix to start your seedlings, okay? I'm trying to think of anything else. A grow light. So I started out with just a little grow light that I got off of Amazon. It was like literally a bright purple fluorescent bulb that I screwed into my chicken floodlight that I used to warm baby chicks, and plugged it in. What happened is it didn't disperse a lot of light like evenly across my seed starting tray, so my seedlings would grow towards the light like this, and they got what we call leggy, which basically just means like tall and spindly, and that doesn't necessarily create like a strong, hardy plant. So you don't want that to happen. So what I did is I invested, I think it was actually a GM, or GE, not General Motors, General Electric, GE seed starting light during COVID. I don't know what happened, but our Lowe's here in town like busted with all the seed starting stuff, and actually we got a grow light from Lowe's. Again, it was a little bit of an investment, but it's a long bar. It's a GE seed starting light. I'll see if I can link it below, but it's a long bar that actually has chains. So on my seed starting shelf, I can set it down low when they're starting to germinate, and then as they grow, I lift the light up. Okay, again, so that my light isn't way up here and my seeds are down here, because my seedlings are gonna reach for that light and get really leggy and spindly. not what I want. So I would suggest that, like, get an adjustable height light that is a long bar, that is a seed starting light. Okay, I think that's all of the foundations. So let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be starting for the fall. Reed and I were actually, he is all cleaned up laying in bed, and I'm like sweaty and whatever, all the things, but I'm like, we got to talk about the fall garden. So we actually just planned it out and we're really excited about it. We've had successful fall gardens and we've had not so successful fall gardens. And the reason why they were not so successful is not for lack of effort. I planted a ton of beautiful broccoli and cauliflower and cabbage starts out last year, and a rabbit came in like one night and just demolished it, like bit all of my plants to the ground. Gardening teaches you humility and flexibility, because that was a hard one to stomach. But the year before that, that was last fall. The year before that, we actually got cauliflower and broccoli and collards, and it was really, really fun. So we're not giving up hope, because the fall garden carries you with fresh food through some of like kind of the dark months, when you really are missing that abundant summer garden. Okay, so the first one is Brussels sprouts. We grow these Groninger Brussels sprouts, and we've only really successfully grown them like 2 years ago, and even then they were pretty small. So we have realized that Brussels sprouts take a really long time. I'm gonna be plucking off the leaves so that the sprouts actually grow bigger. So we're not giving up hope. We're gonna grow Brussels sprouts this year because they're delicious with butter, obviously. The next thing we're gonna be growing are collards. And I don't want to brag, but I make some mean collards. The key, in my opinion, is lemon juice. So someone is probably going to get on here and be like, that is not how you make collards. But for me, I use chicken stock, onion, bacon grease, lemon juice, and salt. And like, I just let them simmer in a cast iron, and oh my gosh, we love them. We're fans of them. So I'm gonna be growing 3 different varieties. This Old Timey Blue grows really well. And I'm trying these 2 new this year. This one is the Morris Heading collards, and then Georgia Southern Creole collards. Okay, so again, these do really well here in Texas, and they just taste delicious. Good way to get some greens with like bacon grease on them, you know, obviously. Again, delicious. Okay, this is one of my favorite things I've ever grown. Purple de Sicily cauliflower. It really does look like this, you guys. Like, it started heading, because also, a couple years ago, I wasn't really good at labeling things, so I would just kind of guess. And this thing started heading, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is like fluorescent bright purple. What is this? It's Barney the Dinosaur cauliflower. And it worked. It grew, and it was beautiful and tasted really yum. So that is something we're definitely gonna be growing a few rows of this year. In that same vein, these are called brassicas, like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, brassicas. Okay, so we're gonna be growing also broccoli. So we've grown successfully this variety, De Choco. I think I said that right. I took Italian for a lot of years, but you wouldn't know. And then Calabrese broccoli. And this is just the same variety. I got this little one in a seed swap, so I'm gonna use that up this season. 2 varieties of broccoli. Okay, now this crop has eluded me, but I really want it because I love fried cabbage, love it. So this is just a classic Copenhagen market cabbage. Classic, easy to grow from what everyone says. The rabbits got mine last year, I don't know. And then I'm also gonna grow this Violecio de Verona. Ugh, if you're Italian, I'm sorry. I just did you an injustice. But anyways, it's like beautiful cabbage. Beautiful cabbage. Okay. And then I'm still on the fence about this. I think we said it was a no, but Chinese cabbage, Hilton cabbage, just a small one. So we'll see. I really want cabbage this year. Okay, going in some of our raised beds will be this rutabaga. This one is called Joan rutabaga, and this one's American purple top. I think they're the exact same thing, just from different seed companies. This is Botanical Interest, Seed Savers Exchange, 2 of my favorite places to get seeds. And I think I actually have an affiliate link for Botanical Interest below, so we get like a little commission from it if you choose to use our link. So it's in the show notes. Okay, rutabaga. These are really good. You can mash them like potatoes. So instead of mashed potatoes, we'll have mashed rutabaga. So kale. I have grown a lot of kale, pretending that I like it. And I just don't, y'all. Baby kale, I can handle. I like that in salads, and I like throwing that in like little stir fries, quiches, things like that. But I don't like full-fledged, big old chunky kale. Kale chips are cool, but just like really don't light me up. So I'm gonna do a bunch of baby kales, and I just have all the varieties that I bought pretending I liked it. So blue curled scotch, scarlet kale, ragged jack. This is called like dinosaur kale or lacinato kale. But they're all just different varieties of kale, and they taste so earthy. And actually, I do like them as baby greens. So I'll be sprinkling those along with my lettuces so that I can harvest fresh salad, which is so good. I miss fresh greens. I had them in early spring and I miss them. Next, I have lettuces. So we're gonna do some tennis ball lettuce. I heard these actually tolerate the heat pretty well. So I'll try these a little bit earlier, then I'll put the rest of my lettuces out. Crisp mint is another one that I think tolerates the heat better than the other ones. Lettuce does not like hot, okay? Just know that. Lettuce does not like hot. And it's kind of weird because in the hot is when you actually want a salad, but yeah, you wanna keep it cool. So these two I'm gonna start earlier than the rest of them just because I've heard word on the street that they tolerate heat pretty well. Okay, next for my greens, I have this one. It's a black seeded Simpson. It's a recommendation from, I think, Roots and Refuge Farm. Jess Soward, she loves this one, and we did grow baby greens of this and it was really good. Merlot lettuce, this was, I think, just a free seed I got from Baker Creek. Also love getting seeds from Baker Creek. Spinach, so growing a lot of spinach because we use that in many things like quesadillas. We love spinach quesadillas for vegetarian option, and then also quiches. I like putting spinach in my quiches. And then arugula. That just tastes so like spicy and delicious on top of avocado toast or in like a salad mix. One thing I don't have seeds for, I need to order more of or go look through my collection, is like a mezclun mix. Sometimes it's like a chef's medley is also what it can be called, but it's just like a mix of a lot of different things like watercress and lettuces, red, romaines, and usually some arugula, and it's just a really good mix. So we grew that in early spring and ate off of that a lot. It was really good. Okay, I know I'm moving kind of fast. That's okay. Okay, so we're gonna be doing carrots as well. We love growing carrots. I may be a little bit late, but I think we're gonna be okay. We're just gonna go for it. We did grow carrots through the summer and they tasted kind of woody, like spicy, but we grew a lot of different varieties that I probably won't grow again. Some of those varieties were like Black Nebula. We did some Cosmic Purple carrots, which actually I really like. So I'll show you guys those. But what we're gonna stick with are the ones that have really worked for us. This is from a seed exchange, but it's Scarlet Nance carrots. They're just little orange basic carrots. And these are St. Valerie carrots. So again, just basic orange. Basic orange. I really love growing crazy varieties, but actually I'm starting, now that my kids are getting a little bit older and we've been through a few cycles of gardening, I'm kind of wanting to stick more with things that I know produce well. Right? Like they may not be like these crazy colors, but things that produce well because I want to feed my family. That's really my goal. I'll show you some of the carrot varieties that we're kind of like passing on for now. I'm going to use up these seeds eventually, but this Pusa Acida Black, it was a little bit spicy for me. Again, it could have been the heat, why it tasted so like woody and such. Carnival blend, I'll probably end up planting this one. It's just a fun blend. Cosmic Purple, we have had success with these a few fall seasons back, and they're really good and really beautiful. And the Black Nebula, again, just didn't super love the flavor, but that doesn't mean like don't try it because everyone's palate is a little bit different. Oh, we're also going to be growing, let me see if I can find them in my basket. Yes, we actually are going to grow some dragon carrots. They're very similar to the Cosmic Purples. Orange on the inside, purple on the outside. Orange on the inside, purple on the outside. And then Amarillo carrots. We did have success and enjoyed those through the spring and summer. So we're gonna have some color in our carrot patch. We're not like, you know, too stuffy. And then finally, I'm gonna be doing some Swiss chard, probably in pots or in the raised beds. Swiss chard is just beautiful. And 5-color silver beet Swiss chard, these are the same things, just different seed companies. It's just a good go-to, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I'm also gonna be sprinkling some cilantro. So cilantro and dill like cooler weather in the herb family. And so I need to get some more dill seeds, but I do love dill. And what I'll do is I'll harvest a bunch of dill. I'll put it in my dehydrator, and then even like in the next summer when I wanna make like pickles or dill relish, I'll use that dill that I have saved from my garden from the last season. So yeah, dill and cilantro. I'm trying to look at what else. I know that was like, I have a bunch of beets. I have a bunch of radish seeds. Again, like radishes roasted are really good, but I mean, I grew quite a few this spring and just ended up, I gave some to the chickens, like didn't like super love them. So with limited space, as we're transitioning from summer to fall, we're just not gonna like prioritize that. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna pop some in. They grow really fast. Radish is a crop that you can like harvest sometimes within like 30 something days, like it's fast. So I might do some, and they're fun. Like the Easter egg radish mix is fun to pull up because there's like purples and pinks and yellows and whites. So my kids might really enjoy that adventure. And then with beets, I just haven't really had a good like beet harvest. So I might try again. I really like beets. I love roasted beets with goat cheese and walnuts. It's like amazing. But again, I'm gonna kind of stick with like, I wanna get food this fall so that in the winter months when everything really is dead and dying and done, we have some fresh stuff to still turn to. So that, my friends, is our fall garden. Yeah, I'm probably, honestly, my chamomile tea is kicking in. So I'm probably gonna pop these seeds into my seed tray in the morning, but I wanted to let you guys know so that you can hop online, get your seeds ordered, or go to Lowe's, wherever you wanna get your seeds from, and just do it. Like, why not? You have a 100% chance of not growing food if you don't put seeds in the ground. So why not give it a try? All right, you guys, may you find the bounty in your own life and all the beauty that it holds, and we will see you soon. Good night.